I think you would describe it as being like absolutely confident, because I know that sometimes like I'll do things that other people are doing and I kind of feel awkward and feel like, is everyone thinking that I'm doing it right? Like, am I wearing the Adidas shoes correctly? Like, does everyone think that looks good? And so I think when you like are really just being true to yourself, you're gonna feel a lot more confident. And it might be like scary the first day. Like I remember sometimes I'd like, I think yesterday even too, I like wore those jeans with like plaid patches on them, and I was like stressed. I was like, because my brother, the first time I wore them, was like, I don't like those jeans, and it like hurt for a sec, but I was like, I really like them. So I wore them to school, and like people were like, you look really good in those. And I was like, you know, and it's like not something that most people would like wear. But I just like,
but you like
it. But I liked it.
Yeah.
And I felt like confident, and I feel like sometimes if you wear like, I don't know, something trendy, you're kind of like, do I look good in this, or is this something that I like, or are people thinking I'm like trying to? I feel like you feel more stressed when you try to wear what everyone else is wearing.
No, I think it's hard to like be completely individual to live in such like a world where everything's being like pushed at you. There's like constantly new trends where I think you want to fit in with all still being individuals. So I think it's right, like you just have to have confidence in what you're doing. I think you see like in high school and everything, you look at people and you're like, you can see those photos where everyone's wearing the exact same thing, like Adidas, jeans, whatever. Like, it's just the exact same thing. I mean, as long as they're like happy with it and like they really like it, that's like an individual.
And I think it's really important to ask people about their style and like about what they're doing, because I know when like you ask someone, and I think of like my brothers, because they're very different and very like into creating themselves, like when you ask them about it and you hear them explain like why they like certain things, and I think for them like music is a big deal. Like one brother's like loves classical music and can't think of anything else, and like one brother's like hip hop and like everything and like loves everything, and you ask them about it and you hear them explain, you're like, that's really cool that you like that. I kind of want to like figure out find similarities, but you're like, I want to like love something as much as he does and like figure out like,
I think individuality is just like taking things almost from everyone, not taking anything,
but just like
incorporating it,
talking to people. And I think when you engage in those conversations, you like are helping everyone become like their own individual, and you like, I don't know, I think just talking about that, you're like, that is so cool. I'm gonna do that, or like I'm gonna see how that fits into like my person.
It's important because without like, if we all, I don't know, there's like those entertainment shows or like E-News or whatever, if you're just like constantly caught up in what everyone else is doing, then there like makes little room for like conversation. Like, if you all have the same opinions, like the same things, like there's a little room for, I don't know, growing. And just, like, I think it's important to be different and individual and like independent with like, so I think if everyone was like the same, you'd be relying just solely on like one opinion, if that makes sense.
No, that does.
And I feel like I'm kind of like a sciencey person and kind of like really interested in those stories of like someone that kind of like broke through the mold and like figured something out. And most of the stories, it's because they were doing something that like wasn't defined by society. And so I like think of like, you know, like a Rosalind Franklin, like women weren't supposed to be doing science, but she figured out like the DNA model and stuff like that. And like we're gonna go see like this movie today of like African American women. First of all, like
in the 1960s.
they're women, so they're supposed to be like good at math, and then they're black, and so people think they're like not as good, but they did all the super complicated rocket science math and like made it so that. So I think it's really important to just, I think if everyone's the same, you're not gonna grow as a society. I think you need those different people that push society and like find stuff that's new. That's what I think about. Like I think if I do something really cool and then I like discover something, like I'm not gonna do it by like doing whatever
big
else is
mistake.
I'm gonna do it by being different and like doing something that isn't supposed to be done, I guess, necessarily. I think like yes and no, because I think sometimes like when I think of trends, I think of like the people that are starting them, and so like for them, I feel like that's like a really big important. That's like an important part. Is that like they, for their individual, they like want to be a trendsetter. You know? And I think for sometimes like, and definitely like I don't want to get across that I'm like anti-trends and I don't wear anything, but I think like
I told you I'm posing.
I think it is good because I feel like in some ways like it connects people and like. stuff like that. But I think it's important to know that, like, to decide if it's like a trend that you really like, or if like it's something like that. But I think it's interesting that it's like kind of makes me think of this idea of people always wanting to be like connected to someone else, and so I feel like a trend is a big way to see that. Is like I don't know.
Well, I mean, like for me, I took like a ceramics, like, and it's like a popular class in school, so I took it because like I saw all the upperclassmen taking it. I'm like, oh yeah, they did it, so it's cool, I'll do it. And now like off that, I guess, trend, I like found something that I like love, and now plan on like furthering it. And
it's like bad if you like do that for your whole life, and I'm sure there are people that have like always been like that, but I feel like eventually at some point there'll be like that one thing which is like, I don't know, like the last straw, and they're like, I can't. You have to figure that stuff out, but that's also scary because that could mean like uprooting your whole life. So I think it is like dangerous. But at the same time, I think a lot of people need to like feel comfortable with other people before they can just like be themselves. And, because and also a lot of people are just like so lost and like don't know. So like being a part of something like helps a little bit, and then as they like join in other things, they like find themselves.
As we're like growing up and stuff, like, you know, we're all getting to that age where you want to like figure things out on your own, like contribute to a conversation and not just like be listening or just like constantly agreeing. Like I find that like for a while like built up around like my parents and so like I would just like bring like I would like know what they think, but like, I never find anything out on my own. So I think it's like good to like that's like your basis is to kind of like rely on like people you admire and what they do. But like as you get older, you want to like find out if that's really what you do think, or finding like I think it's empowering like to just be so much yourself that like even when people compare you, like of course like we get compared all the time to each other or our older siblings, like it's like empowering to be like, yeah, you're right, they do that better than I do, but just say, well, I'm fine with how I want to be more like that, or you're fine with like the path you've chosen. Like Karen is very much like academically like inclined, whereas I feel like that's something I want to be better at, and I'm okay with like I'm okay that I want to work at that, and I'm fine like owning that and saying like just able to compliment them and not like take that as like a bash towards me.
It's hard to find your own thing for sure. I think in some ways I like wonder if I even like found it because I have like an idea, but I'm like worried like that I'll start college and be like, I hate learning about the human body because I like want to do medicine or something. That'd be like freaky. So I think it's important to know, and I think it's stressful in high school and stuff because like your teachers are like, you need to know, or like your parents are like, you need to know. But it's like important to know that like, you know, January 14th 2017, like I really like this music, or I really like this, and just being confident in what it is, and also being like okay with change, because I think that like individuality like changes as you go along, and so just being comfortable in that and like focusing in the present and finding something that makes you happy like right now too.
I guess like my thing that I've like found as an individual is like when I got into high school, I definitely encompass like, and we're also like soccer players, so like we went into high school being like the soccer kids, right? And I was like, that's a huge part of our identity almost, like we're an athlete, and I think now as like I've gotten older, I still am an athlete, and I plan on like continuing that, and that's something that's important to me, but like I also don't just encompass like that. I want to do other stuff like with the arts and things. So I think it's, again, like you grow and change. Like freshman year, I was just an athlete. Like I say just an athlete, but I really was. Like that's the only thing we did, nothing else besides that. So now I think I've like just been growing and finding that I'm also an athlete, but I also like the arts. And I think I want to get older and, you know, be more like into the sciences, or just like, you know, just constantly adding things into your own person. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being, you can be like a karate kid and then a baker. Like, I don't know, like just do whatever, and just.
The biggest change I want to implement in my life, because I'm not very good at it, is just like being active about things and like really doing things like head on, and I don't know, if there's something I'm passionate about, like going out and working at it, not just like sitting at home complaining about it. And if there's someone's opinions that I don't like, don't just be like, well, they're like dumb or something, but just like go talk to them and like go and tell them what I think, and then like have good conversations, and I don't know, just action is what I want to see in the world.
Andrew Garfield on Stephen Colbert.
Oh yeah.
With like certainty, right? Like,
oh yeah.
what did he say? He was like, I'm gonna butcher this and make this like the worst ending, but he was saying how certainty scares him, and everyone's like taken back, like, why the certain, like, I feel like certainty gives you relief, right? Like, you know stuff, but he was saying like certainty causes war. Like, someone knows, they think they know, and they want to argue and fight and not make room for change, or like, they don't want to. Does that make sense? So I think I want to like see a world where people are willing to say like, this is what I believe, but what do you believe, and be able to ask each other and get to a point where they can live with their differences and not just have to have one right. And